Hey everybody, and welcome to this week's playthrough of the Ham and Spam Retro Review as we review Sonic the Hedgehog 3. This playthrough is the complete game. You will notice that it's very sped up because I don't think anybody really wants to watch a 2-hour long playthrough. But you see here, try to want it to be as specific as I could. So from the start, from the get-go, I uploaded or deleted and started a brand new game. You see here Sonic, Tails coming onto the floating island. Sonic right here is Super Sonic, and wouldn't you know, there's Knuckles, and he knocks Sonic out of Super Sonic. Not 100% sure how he does that, but let me know what you think and in the comments below. So right out the gate, we go into a special stage, and as we said in the podcast, here's a brand new type of special stage. Very 3D, just get the blue spheres. Nothing super spectacular, but when you're a 7, 8, 9-year-old kid and you don't listen to the, or don't read the instruction booklet, you don't know to go around in circles. But thankfully I'm not a 8 or 9-year-old kid anymore, so, but I was trying to go for perfects to start out with, just to try to show my Sonic prowess, I guess, if that's the right word, but it makes for a very long playthrough, and because it's all fast-paced, it's going to make us very dizzy when we go to try to get all 7 Chaos Emeralds. But perfect there, 50,000 points, that's pretty much a guaranteed extra life, and because we got 50 rings in the special stage, that is a automatic continue, or continuance, as I used to say. So, kind of quick in the game. We've already got a Chaos Emerald. That's pretty good. That's one of, I believe, 2 rings in the first zone here. And again, like I said, the playthrough is very, very quick paced. I was trying to be very thorough, make sure we get lots of rings and things like that. So you'll see quite a bit of backtracking and whatnot. For the better, for the worse, I don't know. So one thing that they added was this mid-boss here. I always thought that music was really, really cool. And then when he sets fire to the screen here, they totally changed the layout of the level. This is one of the bonus stages that you can get where it's the gumball machine. Gives you different shields and whatnot. And that was another thing they added to Sonic 3 was the shields. So right here I've got a bubble shield, which allows me to breathe underwater, repels certain energy attacks, and will allow me to bounce like a basketball too, and kind of reach a little higher areas. Back to the second special stage here, trying to get the Chaos Emeralds. Again, I totally skipped those blue spheres there, trying to get the perfect, because those are the last ones you have to get, and just years of playing through this, you knew that you had to get those last. So it took me a while to find this big cache of blue spheres and rings, but eventually we find the rest of them. And here in a little bit, my hubris is gonna catch up with me a little bit, because I think I'm going for the perfect at one point and trying to find the last couple ones. I ended up running into a red sphere, where the red sphere will in the game, or in the special stage rather. While we have a little break here, if you get a chance, go check out hamandspam.com, where you can find our latest podcast, including Sonic 3. So in later games, apparently the floating island was actually called Angel Island. So we have here Angel Island Zone. This here is I used to call it the magnet shield, or the lightning shield. It kind of gives you a double jump feature, and it'll track rings. This one here is the fire shield, protects you from fire, and then you get a little fire boost. And as with all classic Sonic games kind of going forward, there's always the little power-ups and whatnot in in the ground there. Here we are in our third special stage. I can't remember. I don't think I get it perfect on this one. We'll see. Just the way everything played out. I'd say if you don't remember these levels and know how exactly to play them to get a perfect, it's hard to do. For those of you who played Sonic Mania, you know the perfect is actually how you kind of advance in these blue sphere stages. Kind of glad they brought them back. They're kind of, even though they're new here with Sonic 3, they're kind of classic. Ooh, my screen is turning. Golly. Yeah, so I didn't get those last couple of rings there because I was supposed to jump over that last blue sphere. But hey, we're 3 for 3 on Chaos Emeralds, and we're only in Act 2 of the first level, so not bad, not bad. Still got it. And if you couldn't tell, we actually did play this on the, or I actually did play this on the Sega Genesis. So this isn't emulator. This isn't, updated hardware like the Xbox 360. I think maybe I will play Sonic and Knuckles a little on the 360 to kind of give us a look at what it looks like on the different systems, even though it's a little more updated and whatnot. So again, this is just me trying to be a little bit of a completionist, I guess, if you want to call it that. Probably should just go ahead and beat this level. A little later in the game, we'll kind of get to that point where, you'll kind of see some issues where things don't really mesh very well. Now this special stage is always giving me fits. And the reason why isn't so much it's this part right here. We have to do the jumps right there. If you wait too long and the level speeds up, it requires a lot of talent to be able to do that later in the game. So I always do those first. But because I didn't save them for last or one of those other group of 4, I wasn't able to get the perfect in it either. So if you've listened to the podcast, you kind of know this is my favorite game growing up. Even though I never owned it, I had a neighbor that had it. Kind of got it, I guess, that first weekend that it was out, and I stayed over at his house for a long time playing it. So because I've played it so much, I know a lot about it, especially these first couple of levels. This is one of those games where it's really easy and a lot of fun on the first several levels, so you tend to play it a little bit more. If I'm not mistaken, I think that is the last bonus stage here. I skipped that in the editing. I skipped that gumball machine level. So this right here, this coming up, it's not really a boss. It's not really a mid-boss either. It's just this ship that's dropping bombs. Poor Tails back there. He's getting lit up. But if I'm not mistaken, and correct me if I'm wrong, anybody that might happen to watch this, I believe that ship is actually the prequel to the Flying Battery Zone. I think the way the game was supposed to be, Sonic and Knuckles was supposed to be one entire game. And that particular transition was kind of supposed to be the Flying Battery Zone, but it didn't work out that way. So they went this way with Hydrocity. And I was supposed to hit transition. Whoops. Still learning some of the hardware stuff, software stuff, guys. Hydrocity is a good second level. But it is a water level. People are kind of weird on the Sonic the Hedgehog water levels. Labyrinth Zone in Sonic the Hedgehog 1 really turned me off to water levels. Especially that Scrap Brain Zone 3, because you got that little puzzle maze thing you gotta try to get through. This particular level, I believe, has 2 giant rings in it. It's almost to the point that if you get one, you can't get the other, just the way that the game kind of prevents you from going back to certain places. So, and that's really what I'm trying to do here. I spent a lot of time trying to get to both of them. So, again, this is a level that kind of goes a little long. I was actually kind of proud of myself here. I have 124 rings. This boss tends to give me a little bit of fits sometimes, just timing wise and whatnot. And this is one of the first times I had picked this game up and played through in a long time. So, good job, Clint. Oh, this part gave me so much trouble as a kid, and it gave me so much trouble because of that stupid spring there. And then you can't get off that wall a lot of times, and when you finally do, it's just too late. So you'll see a couple of cuts. You try to spin dash off the wall, and you just go back to the spring. So what is it? That's 2. Here's 3 in the same exact spot. You just can't do anything. That wall's moving. Finally get through. Looks like we're making some progress. The wall's getting to us a little bit. Oh, and then I jumped backwards. What in the world? 4. Oh, 5. I struggle with this part, guys. Just over and over. I think I finally just had enough and got through it this time. Yeah, after 5 lives. Sonic sure is fast in this. Little rocket guy always got me too. You see, I'm kind of trying to find the rings here, based off memory. And also in the podcast, I kind of made mention that this game kind of took away from the speed running of Sonic of old a little bit and made it more of an adventure game, especially with the length of the levels of the game itself. Dreaded air bubbles. The music will haunt me till I sleep some nights. Here we go. Finally found one. I wouldn't, you know it. This is the one I messed up on. Just trying to do too much. Trying to get that perfect. I kind of see. I skipped those 4 there. Those are the last 4 you have to get the perfect. The game just gets so quick. And I don't know if you guys have played on the Xbox 360 version of this. See, I messed up right there, so now I can't get the perfect. And now I'm trying to find the 4 by themselves, and the game is just going so fast. See, missed a jump. So close yet so far. I don't know if you guys have played this version on Xbox 360 or any other classic game like the Sonic Mega Collection for PlayStation 2, that generation. The controls aren't as tight. I have noticed that. I have a lot of trouble in those special stages because we're always jumping around, and sometimes it just doesn't react like you want it to. So I just got a notification for an Amazon order that I didn't order anything, so it's probably my lovely wife. Hopefully she watches this. Hello, sweetie. I thought they were pretty clever with the boss fights in this too. 2 had some pretty good ones. They could be a little cheesy. These right here, they were still a little cheesy, but they weren't as bad as the other ones. That dastardly Knuckles coming to make you have to do something you don't want to do. So right here you'll notice I got the bubble shield. Well, with the bubble shield on this boss you can get just a little bit higher. Without the bubble shield you either have to get in that vortex or wait for these water grenades to kind of launch you up. I didn't really say it in the first one. We talked about this in the podcast as well. The level transitions here where in the first one, Knuckles comes out, he blows up the bridge. In this one, there's a geyser that launches you up, and all of a sudden you're in the Marble Garden Zone. So probably not the most prolific way of trying to do a level transition, but it's a level transition, not just you go to sleep and wake up in the next level kind of thing. So one thing I wanted to do in this playthrough was make sure that I did get all 7 Chaos Emeralds, and because I don't know them all by heart anymore, eventually we got to put extra stuff in our banks, and there we go. Put extra memory in our banks, and sometimes some things have to go away, and that was just kind of one of them, I guess. But I wanted to make sure we got all 7 just for the good ending for Sonic 3. So, like I said, this first little bit is me really, really trying to get there. Again, a lot of platforming, a lot of kind of slow stuff. There's some fast parts in it, but a lot of slow moving parts in this game. Not as bad as Sonic 1, I will say that much. Ah, the spikes. They're everywhere. More platforming. Oh, those little spider. I always call them spiders. I don't know what they are. But the spiders that were always under those springs, they always got me. Take that magnet shield and immediately lose it. Good job. It's about now when you kind of start keeping, 3, 4, 5 rings at the time, it seems like. Again, this is me trying to look for some rings and whatnot, or the big rings. So this mid boss is just a drill, kind of a take on Mystic Cave Zone from the Robotnik boss in Sonic 2. Good job, Tails. And that was another thing. They added Tails to be more of a partner in this game, where he can fly, which will come in big in the boss fight coming up. The yo-yo things here were kind of neat, probably unneeded, but a little neat. So there's Robotnik with a drill. A lot of drills in this level. A lot of shifting of the level too, kind of like in I believe it was Hilltop Zone in Sonic 2. Again, more of trying to find rings. And there are several in these first two, or these 2 levels in Marble Hill. No, Marble Garden. Which one is it? I can't remember. I think I made that mistake on the podcast too. We'll find out here in a minute, because I'll mess up and I'll die and it'll say it. So again, I think I've just kind of give up on the perfect at this point. Just trying to get through everything. Now the reason why I only go through the 2 blue spear checkpoints is that way, whenever I've gotten everything within an area like right there, I can close that area off. It's just a good reminder. I usually go all rights and then all lefts. And once an area is closed out, it'll be all red, so we'll be done with it. Ooh, had to jump that one though. I'm not messed up here. I can't remember. Oh, I made it. There we go. Good job. Another Chaos Emerald. So that's 5. We're not doing too bad. Like I said, there's several. I think there's as many as 8 in the first level of this zone, or first act of this zone. Marble Garden Zone. The little top things were a little neat. They give you a chance to go even faster. You're kind of invincible by doing it, and then allowed you a little ways to fly too, so to get up a little higher. That parallax background's pretty neat too. We'll see a little bit more of it coming up in the boss fight. More spikes. More platforming. More spikes. I think I die right here. Yep. So again, we'd love to hear from you guys. I'd love to hear what you guys think about our playthroughs. If you like the long playthroughs like this, even though they are, you know, a little quick. Well, I died again, and I know I died one more time right there at the end. So this level gave me some fits, not as much as Hydrocity. The little grasshoppers give me some fits sometimes too, because of the way they time the jumps. Coming up, Robotnik will make another appearance. Everything will kind of start moving, which kind of sets up some stuff, I guess, a little bit. There he is. See the levels moving, and then I think the top's actually technically falling down. I remember back as a kid, I had some trouble with this one too, just because it took me forever to. So there it goes. Actually pretty sped up once you get to the end. But if you didn't know exactly where you were going or anything like that, it'd give you quite some fits. Trying to find a ring there, it looks like. So here's the boss. Again, a little hubris. I believe. Yep. I don't know if I got too greedy there or what, but died at the hands of Robotnik. Thankfully, I have more lives. So this right here was actually, I actually slowed this one down to show the whole entire fight. This right here was probably, especially at the time, one of the neatest fights, and probably my favorite out of the bunch. You know, once you know what's going on, it's way simple. Like right here, Robotnik will bounce off the screen. He kind of shows you where he's going to be coming from. So that time he kind of went around to the left and came from the left. That time he went upward, so he's going to be coming down. There's sometimes Tails can actually catch you if you do it right. He went down, so now he's coming up. I remember doing this with a second player, like a second controller. Somebody had to fly me around, and it was the only way I could beat it for a long time, but just getting a little better at it. And the thing that killed me about this right here, obviously there's nothing below us. So his tail's actually catching Sonic before he hits the ground, A. And then B, if you fly around with Tails, either carrying Sonic or not carrying Sonic, he gets tired. And this is the one level that he doesn't. I just never really understood that. I guess he had to he did because he had to kind of thing. So transition into night. And again, here's our transition to the level into the Carnival Night Zone. Always kind of a fun level. A lot of different things going on. It can be very fast if you want to play it fast. It can be pretty platforming too if you want to play it platforming. Again, this is more Clint trying to find rings more than anything else. This right here is another one that has several rings in it. The actual number escapes me though. There's one right below this little candy cane stripe. And this one right here was a little tricky because you just got to get the, was it 3 right there in the corner to complete the ring set. I think maybe with Sonic and Knuckles we may not go as in depth. It may not be a full playthrough. Like I'll record the whole playthrough, but I don't know if I'll YouTube the entire playthrough. We'll probably just hit the highlights of it, talk about it a little bit. Unless you guys like it, let me know. I'm sure the commentary is horrible though. I apologize for that. Now imagine listening to it for over 40 episodes. But we do appreciate all of our listeners and followers. We do. All right, that's number 6. It should have been the final one if I didn't miss that one. So just one more to go though. Those little swirly things were kind of neat because they would kind of swing Sonic around, and you can kind of see it's kind of going downward. But there's some that will, a little later, that will kind of launch you upward. This little cannonball thing here is pretty cool too. Just different little things they put in this game all together. See, that one's kind of upwards, and of course we get the fast shoes. I will take a bubble almost any day if it's available. I always preferred the lightning shield though, because it attracted the rings, of course. Ooh, that looks bad. Going double speed. See, this one goes all the way up. If you ride the other one, it'll go all the way down. And here is our last Chaos Emerald. As you can see, I don't care so much about getting them all on this one. All the rings, that is. Down to our last 4. There they are in the corners. 1, 2, 3, 4. One thing I did kind of miss with this one compared to Sonic 2 was when you got all 7 Chaos Emeralds, the level lit up and was all happy that you got it. And this one, it's just like, okay, Sonic got all the Chaos Emeralds. Now Sonic can be Super Sonic. Done. That's it. Done. So these things right here, oh my goodness. You have to push up and down, up and down, up and down to make them go up and down, up and down. But as a 9-year-old kid, you don't know that. And this right here's a neat boss. The bricks there, this little top will come off, and the top will hit the bricks, and the bricks will go away. And it's almost an homage to Super Mario Brothers 3. But because we have all 7 Chaos Emeralds, you have to hit the top to expose that spot, and the top will come around and hit it. No sweats for Super Sonic though. I've actually failed this stage several times. always like the music in this stage too, especially whenever they go to Act 2 and the stage music kind of changes just a little bit. Oh no, there's more water. So the cool thing when you have all the Chaos Emeralds is, I don't know what happened there, by the way. But the cool thing about it is when you get all 7 Chaos Emeralds, you can, if you find a ring elsewhere, once you get the ring, you get 50 coins automatically, so it's like an instant supersonic. Oh, Tails, you're killing me on this platform, dude. My Donkey Kong Country skills have failed me. Alright, up and down, up and down. I think, yeah, try to go for, yeah, we get done there. So go for the fire shield to get some more shield action. I know if I get hit, I'm about to die, so do my double jump, become supersonic. There's just nothing I can do. I actually hooked in the second controller there to try to fly out of it, and there's just nothing I can do. So just sit here and wait for the time to run out. All the way down. There's some major mistakes in this, man. God. I wonder if this is what real gamers do. You go back and watch their videos and see where they messed up. I'm sure speedrunners do this, though, seriously. Finally. Don't mess up, Clint. Up and down. Up, down, up. Get my fire shield. Down, up, down, up. Dude, those little bell things. In every Sonic game, they have given me fits. There's Knuckles, but I can't get to him, even though there's nothing there. And he's turned off all the lights. That dastardly Knuckles. He didn't turn off all the lights. He just kind of dimmed them a little bit. Why was this so hard? And all this just to find a switch, turn lights back on, and then go get Robotnik. Oh, spin dash the wrong way. But it worked out. We got a shield out of it. Still trying to find a ring. I know there's one somewhere with these things. Oh, it was the first level. So there's a switch. Obviously, you have to get there. I thought I skipped this bonus stage. I'll take the one up and get out. So I would actually get stuck right here because I didn't know exactly how to get by all that. I just had to call it a game over at that point. Oh, Kid Clint was not very good at this game, it sounds like. Told you the bells give me fits. There's Knuckles again. You're not coming down here. You're going to go up. So this rendition of Robotnik has this big metal ball and lightning and magnetic things. I didn't realize that thing could kill you if you hit it. I don't understand if it's blowing up. Why is it doing that? I don't get it. Whatever. So we got all the duckies and we got all the bunnies. Level transition is you're in this cannonball or this cannon and you launch yourself to the next zone. Kind of cheesy, but it works. Easily the most awesome part of this game right here is the snowboard part. You can do all the jumping you want, anything. You're pretty limited. You just can't do tricks. So I'm trying to be really, really careful and not activate my supersonic. I don't want to necessarily waste it. Golly, that happened so much. I got that shield and then it instantly messed up and got out of it. The magnetic shield. Push one too many buttons there. That was the thing about Supersonic. You couldn't just go in and come back out anytime you wanted. Once you were in, you were just pretty much in. So we jump in to get out. And again, this kind of gives you the double jump feature, so it made it really, really easy to get to other areas. Mid boss. Just Supersonic almost makes this game way too easy. Easily the best music on the game right here, these two zones. And I guess that's kind of what made me love this game so much was the music and how much it really went into it. Because up till now, nobody had really seen anything like this. You know, this was the crown jewel for Sega for a long time. And then Donkey Kong Country happened and took over. That's really what the game that won the console wars of the 90s for Nintendo. Be careful. You don't have a shield anymore. You're gonna lose all your rings. Good job. Oh, almost, but you got through it. Try to get out right there, just can't. Uh-oh. How you gonna get by this? Oh, you missed time to jump and lost 130 something rings right here at the boss. Had I known that, I just would have went Supersonic. So now we got to beat Robotnik the old-fashioned way. Watch out for that freeze miss, though. It'll get you. Pretty easy once you kind of figure out what the routine is for everything. 6 hit, the platform comes off. 7 hits, 8 hits, he's done for. Penguins and seals. I assume those are seals. I wish you guys could see this setup right now. I've got the OBS doing the recording. It's the first time I've actually recorded audio with the OBS going. So right now I'm actually holding a mic instead of just a mic stand right here at the computer, so I can watch everything. Launch base zone is what it says it is. You see there, kind of a neat thing. You can kind of see the death egg from Sonic 2 where it's crashed. It's in the back. So basically you're just trying to make your way to that, or towards that. Those little spinny top thingies, if you're supersonic, they take away a lot of time just to do what they do. Again, this is just me struggling to try to keep my rings in this stage. Struggle, struggle, struggle. Gosh, I'm terrible at this game. Why is it my favorite? And the cool thing about this was, if you were lucky enough to have Sonic 3 and Knuckles, or to lock on this to Sonic and Knuckles and have Sonic 3 and Knuckles, you play through this stage as Knuckles and it's a complete different route. Like they've got different things built into it just for Knuckles, and areas that only he can reach, and different scenarios like that. It's just so vast. It's so neat. It just always has been to me. So we're still trying to make our way to the death egg. You kind of see a little corner of it, I guess. Those little alarm things were pretty neat. You went through those, and those dive bomb birds would come out. So got all the way here to the top of the stage. Knuckles throws a bomb, and he destroys the level pretty much. Cool, cool. So here's our boss. Fairly simple, just gotta be patient. I have problems with being patient sometimes, as right on cue. 6 hits, it's done. Finally got through Act 1. Act 2, you're still, making your way to the death egg. Hey, there's a 50 spot. We'll take that. Oops. Hit jump twice. Now we're supersonic. Seriously, I just kind of made this hard on myself sometimes. Just trying to get out of it by being on. Gosh, mine is twice that's happened. Trying to get out of it by hitting that lamppost, but I didn't get my sparkles. Never really thought about it. I wonder what those Robotnik things will do if you hit them as supersonic. Never tried it. I guess when you're just ingrained in not hitting them, you just don't hit them, There's those dive birds we were just talking about. $23, $22, $26, $25, $24, $23. Losing rings, Sonic. You're losing rings. Full disclosure, spoiler alert, whatever you want to call it. I ran out of rings. Not long after this, I believe. Just trying to make it to the end. 4, 3, 2, 1. No, regular Sonic. Fire shield, that'll come in handy with the boss fight coming up. Kind of neat boss fight here. Very simple for the most part. Get on that ledge and just kind of jump. But there's that secret spot there that you can just kind of get behind. You don't get hit or anything. So game's over, right? Nope. You're getting a spare Robotnik ship. Oh, there's Knuckles. He's gonna get you. That's what he does. He gets you. And all of a sudden, there's a rumble in his tummy. Nope, it's the Death Egg. So as you see, the Death Egg is starting to rise now with the power of the Master Chaos Emerald. You kind of learn a little bit more about that in Sonic and Knuckles. So here we are, the final boss fight. Seems pretty easy. Just, you know, avoid the lasers and the little spike thing on top. As long as we got one ring, we're still good, right? Alright, so over with, right? Nope. Nope. So here's the actual final boss. Two hands. If you get caught by the hands, he'll slam you down on the platform. Or of course, you'll lose your rings. Uh-oh. Speaking of losing rings, we got 0 now. And the spikes on the top, as you just saw, will cause damage as well. So 2 hits there, 2 hits here, 2 hits there. It'll add up, obviously, and again, patience. Just like with anything when it comes to these boss battles, it's just patience. I think I actually mess up. Yeah, right here. I have to jump out of that spin dash. You see the time, we were at 5 minutes and something when we started this, so it takes a little while to get through. But Dr. Robotnik's defeated. For some reason, this platform is exploding, but not exploding. We separate from the Death Egg. Come back down out of atmosphere a little bit, I guess. I guess that's what's happening, why it's dark. And there's the cigar ashes in the background. And that is Sonic 3. Don't mess with Sonic. He's the baddest. Jump off screen. Somewhere we found 50 rings and now we're supersonic. So with that, stay tuned when we review Sonic and Knuckles and give you the actual true ending of the game when you combine the two. That will be out not this coming Sunday, but the next. So stay tuned for it. And again, let us know in the comments or on Twitter or Facebook what you liked about this video, what you didn't like about this video. And we will obviously take those into consideration and try to make it, you know, better for you guys. That's what we're all about. So if you like the long playthrough videos that are going fast, well, we can do them. If you don't, we can cut them up. Try to make it as fun for you guys as possible. So with that, we thank you, and we will see you on the flip side. Remember, go to hamandspam.com and like and subscribe to anything you hear this on. Thanks, guys.